So in this module, we're going to teach you the information you need to take the Part 107 Commercial Drone License test. And there's a useful link shown above. The first thing you've got to do is set up an IACRA account. So you get a pilot's number. You get your FTN number, and then with that, you can schedule an exam.
So what is the process of obtaining your Part 107 certificate? You go to the FAA Drone Zone website, and then you click on Certificated Remote Pilots, and you choose Become an FAA Certificated Remote Pilot. All of the instructions are laid out right there. You will need to create an IACRA account, and that's really easy to do, and then you register for your exam at a testing center near you. The fee for the exam is $175.
When you are ready to take the test, you need to book your appointment here, which is the link which you'll find in the information below, or a phone number. Right now, you cannot call the site directly to schedule the exam. Well, the Knowledge Test Center charge $175 to people seeking to take the initial aeronautical knowledge test. Just a side, if you are military or retired military and there is a base near you, call them and see whether they will give you the test at no charge. So how soon will you know if you pass? Well, the tests are taken on a computer and you will know your score, and you can check if you passed the test, and it will also show you the questions that you got wrong. To pass the knowledge test, you must answer correctly at least 70% of the questions. If you fail, you will be allowed to retake the test after 14 calendar days, but you have to pay the $175 testing fee again when you take the test. So what does it cover? It's 60 questions. On the right is kind of the weighting of what content is expected to be on the exam. 2 hours to complete it. I have not heard of anyone who has taken the test that requires the 2 hours. Passing score, once again, is 70%, which allows you to get 18 questions wrong and 42 questions right. When you arrive at the FAA Testing Center, you will be given a few pieces of paper, a pencil, a testing supplement notebook, and that test will reference images and charts found in the supplemental notebook. The notebook also includes a legend on the first page. This legend can answer many of your questions about how to interpret an image or a chart and answer some questions related to airspace. So what happens if I say, I'll go fly it without the license? You can be fined for each regulation you're violating and incident under Part 107. The FAA has been prosecuting drone operators. The fine for a violation is at least $14.14 per individual violation. Do I have to get a medical exam before I fly under my drone license? No. But regulations state this is a self-assessment, must be in physical and mental condition as to not interfere with safe drone operation. So when you take the test, you don't get the license right away because your information will be submitted to the TSA and FAA, and they will look for what might disqualify me from receiving a drone license. Something might include an offense over alcohol and drugs, refusal to submit a for an alcohol test or furnish test results, suspension or revocation of a remote pilot certificate with a small drone rating. So how long does it take to receive your actual license after I submit it on IACRA? If you're brand new, I cannot estimate this because it was so long ago that the timing it took for me is probably much shorter now. So the reason for the delay is the TSA is probably, at the time of recording, TSA isn't getting paid. So the backlog of pending IACRA applications seems to be growing, and they don't have the staff. And I don't know all the factors that FAA and TSA are looking at now. Long way to say, I don't know how long it's going to take. You are required to retest every 2 years. It is a different test, and the retest covers less information than the original. So if you look at this, you are exempt on the retest from weather, loading, performance, radio, physiological effects of drugs and alcohol. So sign up now for your test.
Is the first day that you can do recurrent training online for free by taking the FAA training module that's going to be available. So no more UGR after March 1st of 2021. So if you want to renew your certificate, you can do it online with the FAA for free by just doing the training, and then you're good to go.
The remote pilots need to complete online recurrent training. On completion of this recurrent training, you will receive a printable completion certificate, which you should keep with you at all times in your drone carry bag. Even better news for drone pilots, recurrent training is online and offered free of charge to remote pilots. Last thing, give yourself a reward when you pass a test. These are available on Amazon and other places, and I wear it on every job because it relieves the concerns of the general public and presents a professional image. I used to get, what are you doing? Are you photographing my property? Are you invading my property? I used to get a lot of comments. What are you doing? Where are you flying? All that kind of stuff. And ever since I have used the vest, I have changed the attitudes of people asking me questions to, oh, what's it like to fly a drone? Is it fun? More a kind of functional test rather than a confrontational test. Why are you here? I thank you for your time and effort studying this complex material, and I wish you luck. Final piece of advice: as soon as you can, schedule the exam after you feel you've completed all the training for this test.